Hello and welcome to Altcoin XP. My name is Anthony. This video doesn't have anything to do with cryptocurrency. I hope that's okay. A while ago, I made a video called Going to Find a Date, where I went to a casino to see if there are any waitresses I could ask out. I have notes. A big part of my life is at a standstill right now because I want to get married and start a family. A while ago I mentioned too that I wanted a BMW M2. Well, I live in an apartment with on-street parking, so I want a house and a garage before I buy that car. And if I'm gonna buy a house, I would want a house in a good school district, which means moving out of my city. And I don't want to buy a house in my city in the meantime because I don't want to spend time and money setting everything up only to have to move and redo everything in a new house when I start a family and have a wife and all that. So in order to do that, I need to find a girlfriend first. And that's what I mean when I say that my life is at a standstill. As far as my dating history goes, well, I'm 31 now and I never actually dated before. My first two girlfriends I met at parties that I threw at my house or at apartments. And my last kind of girlfriend I met at a job that I worked at. Looking back, none of these girls wanted the same things as me, and so the relationships were kind of destined to fail. And that's partly my own fault because I just wanted a girlfriend and didn't take any responsibility in finding someone that actually is compatible for me and is the right person for me. So now I'm taking Stefan Molyneux's advice or approach to dating and finding someone compatible for me. You can get a glimpse of his ideas by watching this video right here. Sorry about that, had to change locations. Anyway, I'm gonna outline my current plan, what I've been doing to try to find a girlfriend, my experiences and thoughts so far. And if you guys have any advice with this plan and what I'm doing and whatever, I'm all ears. Any help and encouragement is greatly appreciated because dying alone doesn't seem that pleasant. So the first hurdle that I have is trying to figure out where to meet the type of woman that I want to marry. Part of me wonders if I'm having difficulty due to the city that I live in. I live in a old rundown city with a lot of drug use and crime and corruption. For example, our school district rating on great schools is 2 out of 10. After hundreds of layoffs and property tax increases, the school district's budget is still $4 million behind for 2018. I'm not up to speed on the whole story behind this, but from my understanding, it's due to the city removing their ethics code about 6 years ago, so they could take donations and manage funds on their own terms. My city also came about due to the popularity of coal production many years ago, and since coal is no longer a thing, or a big thing anymore, there's not really any prosperity or opportunity in this city at all. So the people left here, at least the people that I see on day-to-day basis, they don't have much going for them or a desire to do the work to get out of their situations. Also, the steady places I know of to socialize and meet people are at bars, which isn't the best place for meeting women. If it's a non-weekend night, it's mostly men there. And if it is a weekend night, the women there are interested in partying and not really interested in long-term relationships. So to get around this, I came up with a couple ideas of where I could potentially meet the type of woman that I'm looking for, or at the very least, decent enough for me to want to go on a date with and learn more about and see if we're compatible. So number one is tanning salons. And this comes about because a while back, every few months I would get a 1-month membership to a tanning salon to combat some psoriasis that I have. I say that's the reason, but I also looked and felt better having tanner skin. But yeah, originally I started going there for psoriasis. I don't know if like looking and feeling better is because I don't get enough sunlight because I'm inside all the time, or what, but that's kind of beside the point. The couple girls that I did meet there seemed healthy and wanting to better their lives, as in that they exercise or they go to college or do something with their lives other than letting them waste away. It's been a while since I've been to the tanning salon that I used to frequent, actually. And the girls that I was talking about, I didn't ask out because, well, for one, I was too nervous and didn't know how to ask them out or talk to them. And also, I wasn't really ready to date back then. I did ask out one of them maybe 4 months ago, and that went absolutely terribly. The short of it, she was like really cold and mean about it. Anyway, I stopped going there, and I don't think she doesn't work there anymore. But after I get my stitches out, I'm gonna go back there again. At the very least, if I have a month-long membership and ask out a girl before the month is over, it'll force me to overcome the awkwardness that happens after being rejected, because I would be forced to see her, or else I would lose out on the $60 month membership or whatever. That's kind of a problem for me. Like, if I if I frequent some place and see a girl that I'm interested in and ask her out, and she rejects me, then I'll stop going there because it's like too awkward. So yeah, I got to overcome that. Number two is coffee shops. I do a lot of writing and researching, so it wouldn't be abnormal for me to take my laptop to a coffee shop and do some of that stuff there. I did start going to Starbucks a week or two ago, about an hour before they close, but that place was pretty much empty when I was there. One time there were two girls there, but they were like teenagers in high school or something. I made that assumption because they were talking about school stuff, and the one girl called her grandmother to pick her and her friend up. There's another local coffee shop. Well, there's a couple local coffee shops, but this one that I'm talking about now, there's another one that I found through a cryptocurrency meetup that I went to a couple weeks ago. That might be promising as well. I went there once during the day, but it was too busy, so I got kind of overwhelmed with how many people were there and just left after I got my drink. Right now, I sent my laptop back to Razer to get repaired, but after it comes back, after I get my laptop back, I'll go to the coffee shop again. Number three is online dating. This one is weird, and I was very much against it for a long time, but I kind of don't have anything else to lose. So, one of the reasons that I am kind of against or don't like online dating is I didn't want to deal with the rejection of like sending out messages, finding someone I was interested in, sending out a message, and like getting my hopes up and then them never responding. Because then I think about like, oh, what did I do wrong? Should I have said something differently? Like, was what I said wrong or stuff like that? And there's so much advice out there with like what type of pickup lines to use and what to send to get a girl to reply, which gives me a lot of anxiety about saying the wrong thing and screwing everything up. But also the lines avoid what I'm trying to accomplish, which is figuring out if we're compatible or not. So that's why I don't use any pickup lines or anything, because they don't seem to get to the point of really anything. Yeah, so to get around like the pickup line stuff, I just ignore all that advice and just like message them with a question to see if we're compatible or not. Like, do you want to get married or do you want to have children? Stuff like that. Here's an example actually of a recent conversation that I had with someone. And another reason is that there really aren't many girls that I'm interested in on there. A majority of the women local to me that have dating profiles don't look physically or mentally healthy to me, or they do drugs, or they don't want relationships, or don't want kids, or already have kids. You can call me sexist or whatever for not accepting people for who they are, but I'm thinking about how to explain stuff like this to our children. Like, if I'm gonna have kids, I want the mother to be like the most perfect person I could find. doesn't really seem fair to the children to choose someone that I don't think is going to be good for them. Yeah, so that seems completely irresponsible. Nonetheless, I did keep my dating site accounts, and I've been checking them daily just in the chance that someone I might be interested in does pop up. Number four is the gym. There's a point in my life where I was going to the gym from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., and I did this because I knew it would be empty at that time. Since I was new, I would be like uncomfortable learning all the machines and not moping around, but stumbling around like an idiot trying to figure everything out while there's like a ton of people there. I think it's a good idea for me to start going to the gym during the day. I have to get over being uncomfortable talking to girls around other people. The big thing with that is like if I get rejected and embarrassed in front of a bunch of people, it's a ton worse to deal with. It's like a ton more embarrassing and stuff when you have a bunch of other people watching. And also, again, getting over like if a girl rejects me, then having to go back to the gym and see her. Yeah, so I know I need to get over that stuff in order to find what I want in life. I know like I used to be terrified of making these videos, but I'm continuing to do it, and it's become like a lot easier because of that. So I do know there is light at the end of the tunnel. Number five is taking a class. I thought about this for a while, but never looked into it too much. It would be beneficial for me, I think, to take like a debate class or something at one of my local colleges. That would definitely help me with speaking better and speaking in public, and maybe I might meet someone there too. I don't know if I'm ready to pursue that idea just yet, but it's something that I thought of and would probably help a lot. So that's it. That's my update and my ideas to get myself out of this situation that I'm in. I'll try to keep you guys updated either via my social media accounts or in the form of new videos about this. I might bring a camera with me, like just keep it in my car, and then after something happens, I'll tell you guys about it. I don't really want to bring in a camera when I'm trying to talk to a girl or whatever, because that would just make it even more uncomfortable for not just me, for both of us, I think. In the meantime, though, I'm asking for any advice and thoughts you guys may have, as well as your support and encouragement through this, because it is like something really hard for me to deal with and to get over. I probably won't take your advice right away, or maybe even at all, but it's good to have a list of advice and ideas that I could turn to in case my current plan doesn't work out. So like, subscribe, and share for more videos like these. Also, you can donate Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Dash to the addresses both on screen and in the video description. That's it. Thank you and take care.